Have you ever wondered why some women walk into a room and instantly look polished, confident, and even a little younger without doing anything dramatic? It's not about expensive designer wardrobes, and it's certainly not about chasing every new trend. The secret is much simpler. It lies in the tiniest styling hacks that most women overlook. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how those little changes can completely transform the way you look and feel. Now, here's the truth. After 55, many of us fall into the trap of thinking that big, bold changes are the only way to reinvent our style. Maybe you've tried a brand new haircut, bought an entire new outfit, or even considered shapewear just to feel slimmer. But here's the good news. You don't need drastic measures to look elegant, youthful, and put together. Often, it's the subtle adjustments, a hemline raised just a touch, the right necklace, or the perfect pair of shoes, that quietly do the heavy lifting. And that's what makes this video so powerful, because if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought something feels off but I can't figure out what, then these 7 styling hacks are going to open your eyes. They're quick, they're effortless, and best of all, they work for real women like you and me, especially for women over 50 who want to celebrate their age while still looking chic. Imagine this. A simple belt that creates the illusion of a waistline, or a neckline that softens the jawline and instantly makes you appear more radiant. These aren't major makeovers, they're refined details that signal quiet luxury, timeless elegance, and effortless sophistication. And the best part? You don't have to spend a fortune. Looking expensive, slimmer, and more youthful doesn't always come from money. It comes from knowing the right tricks. That's why I encourage you to stay with me through the entire video. By the end, you'll have 7 tiny yet life-changing hacks that will not only upgrade your outfits but also transform the way you carry yourself. Think of it as your personal toolkit for style confidence, one that works whether you're heading to brunch, traveling, or simply enjoying an everyday outing. So, if you're ready to step into the most confident, polished version of yourself, let's begin. Our very first hack starts with something that almost every woman struggles with. But once you learn this trick, it might just change the way you see your wardrobe forever. One of the fastest ways to change how your entire outfit looks is by paying attention to length and proportions. This may sound simple, but it's the foundation of every polished outfit. Think about it. When a pair of pants is too long, it pulls around your ankles and instantly drags your look down. When a skirt cuts across the widest part of your calf, it can make your legs appear shorter. On the other hand, when proportions are balanced just right, your figure looks longer, leaner, and more elegant without you having to change your body at all. The secret lies in tailoring and placement. A hemline that ends just above the ankle, for example, elongates the legs beautifully. Cropped jackets that hit at the waist create a lifted silhouette instead of cutting you off at the hips. Even something as small as rolling up the cuffs of your sleeves can make an outfit feel intentional and chic. These tiny tweaks don't just flatter your body, they also make your clothing look more expensive because everything appears made to measure. And here's something many women over 55 forget. Proportion is more important than size. You don't have to squeeze into smaller clothes to look slimmer. Instead, it's about choosing pieces that visually lengthen your frame. For instance, high-waisted trousers paired with a tucked-in blouse create the illusion of longer legs, while a midi skirt that skims just below the knee can make you look taller and more refined. These subtle choices are far more powerful than any piece of shapewear. Once you start to notice proportions, you'll never look at your closet the same way again. The key is to train your eye. Ask yourself, where does this garment end on my body? Does it flatter my shape, or is it cutting me off? The more you experiment with lengths and layering, the easier it becomes to instantly spot what works. And here's the best part, mastering proportions gives you freedom. You'll find that you need fewer clothes because the right proportions make even a basic wardrobe feel elevated. That's the beauty of this hack. It's not about buying more, it's about styling smarter. Now that we've uncovered the hidden power of proportion, let's move on to another styling trick that can completely change your silhouette, creating a defined waistline even if you don't naturally have one. If proportions are the foundation of a flattering outfit, then the waistline is the magic detail that pulls everything together. After a certain age, many women shy away from belts because they worry about drawing attention to their midsection. But here's the truth: a well placed belt doesn't highlight flaws, it creates structure. And structure is what makes an outfit look polished, youthful, and intentional. Think about the difference between wearing a loose tunic with no shape versus adding a slim belt at the waist. Instantly, your silhouette transforms. The belt creates the illusion of curves, even if your figure has softened over time. It also breaks up long lines of fabric, preventing you from looking swallowed by your clothes. This tiny adjustment can easily take 10 years off your overall appearance because it restores balance to your frame. And it doesn't stop with belts. You can fake a waist in other clever ways. A wrap dress naturally cinches the midsection and creates a beautiful hourglass effect. A blazer with slight tailoring can define your shape without feeling tight. Even tying a lightweight scarf or sash around the waist of a simple dress adds visual interest and structure. These styling tricks prove that creating a waistline is less about squeezing into something restrictive and more about guiding the eye to the right place. When it comes to belts themselves, the options are endless. A thin leather belt in a neutral color is timeless and versatile. It works over dresses, cardigans, or even coats. Wider belts can create drama and instantly elevate a plain outfit into something chic. The key is placement. Wearing the belt slightly above your natural waistline can make your legs look longer and your torso more defined. The beauty of this hack is that it doesn't matter whether you're curvy, straight, petite, or tall. A defined waist works for every body type because it creates harmony between your upper and lower half. Once you start experimenting with belts and structured pieces, you'll notice that even your simplest outfits suddenly look expensive and intentional. And speaking of creating harmony, the next styling hack takes us upward because the neckline you choose has just as much power to transform your appearance as the waistline. If the waistline frames your figure, then the neckline frames your face. And as women, especially after 55, our faces become the very first place people look. That's why choosing the right neckline and the jewelry that complements it can be one of the most powerful styling hacks you'll ever master. Think about how different you feel in a high, round neckline compared to a soft V-neck. A crew neck can sometimes shorten the neck and emphasize areas we'd rather not highlight, like a fuller jawline. Meanwhile, a V-neck gently draws the eye downward, elongates the neck, and adds a natural lift to the face. It's a subtle shift, but one that can instantly make you look more radiant, confident, and youthful. And here's where jewelry comes in as your silent stylist. The right necklace doesn't just accessorize, it enhances your neckline's effect. A delicate pendant on a fine chain echoes the lengthening quality of a V-neck. A layered necklace set can add dimension to a simple blouse, giving it texture and polish. Even statement earrings can redirect attention upward, brightening your expression and emphasizing your eyes instead of your neckline. The trick is balance. If you're wearing an open neckline, let your jewelry highlight that space without overwhelming it. If your outfit has a higher neckline, longer drop necklaces or bold earrings can create vertical lines that slim and elongate. You don't need a jewelry box overflowing with options, just a few well-chosen pieces that you rotate intentionally. This is where quiet luxury comes into play. Timeless, understated jewelry paired with flattering necklines creates elegance that never feels forced. And the beauty of this hack is how effortless it is. You don't have to buy an entirely new wardrobe, simply notice how your tops frame your face and use jewelry to enhance that effect. When you step into a room, people won't know exactly why you look more vibrant. They'll only see a woman who radiates confidence. Now that we've adjusted how people see your face and neckline, let's shift our focus downward again to something that might surprise you. The shoes you wear can completely change the way your body looks, and the next hack will show you exactly how. We've talked about proportions, waistlines, and necklines, but now let's move to the very foundation of every outfit, your shoes. Believe it or not, the shoes you choose can make or break the illusion of height, elegance, and balance. And the best part? You don't need sky-high stilettos to create a long, graceful silhouette. One of the simplest tricks is choosing shoes in a shade close to your skin tone, often called nude shoes. Why does this work? Because when your shoes blend with your legs, they create an unbroken line that makes you look taller and slimmer instantly. It's the same principle with shoes that match your pants or tights. A seamless line from hip to toe elongates the entire body. Another powerful detail lies in the shape of the shoe. A pointed toe, for example, subtly lengthens the leg compared to a round or square toe. The difference is small, but visually it's dramatic. Similarly, low-cut vamp shoes, where the opening on top of the shoe dips lower toward the toes, expose more of the foot and give the illusion of longer legs. These are tiny adjustments, but together they completely change your proportions. Now let's talk about comfort. After 55, many women feel pressured to sacrifice style for comfort, but you don't have to. Block heels, kitten heels, or even sleek flats can achieve elongation without strain. It's all about the design. A pair of nude ballet flats with a pointed toe can look just as lengthening as a pair of pumps, while being far easier to walk in. And don't underestimate the power of details. Shoes with elegant textures, like soft leather, suede, or subtle metallic finishes, add quiet sophistication without screaming for attention. These are the kinds of finishing touches that make an outfit look thoughtfully styled, even when it's simple. When you start thinking of shoes not just as footwear, but as a styling tool, your whole perspective shifts. Suddenly, you're not just putting on shoes, you're elongating your frame, balancing your proportions, and polishing your entire look. Now that we've built a solid foundation from head to toe, it's time to take your outfits to the next level. The next hack will show you how layering and fabric textures can create dimension, hide what you want hidden, and highlight exactly what you want to shine. If shoes are the foundation of an outfit, layering is the artistry that gives it depth and personality. The way you combine pieces, whether it's a blazer over a blouse or a scarf draped across your shoulders, can completely change how polished and modern you appear. For women over 55, layering isn't just about style, it's also about comfort and practicality. Done right, it creates elegance that feels effortless, not forced. Think about a simple outfit, a white top with black pants. On its own, it may feel flat or uninspired, but add a soft cardigan in a neutral tone or a structured blazer with sharp shoulders, and suddenly the look transforms. The eye sees depth, balance, and intention. Layering hides areas you may not want to emphasize, like the upper arms or midsection, while still allowing you to highlight your best features. It's fashion camouflage, but in the most refined, elegant way. Textures play just as big a role. A silky blouse paired with a wool jacket creates contrast that feels rich and sophisticated. A lightweight linen scarf can soften the lines of a tailored blazer, making the outfit approachable yet chic. Even mixing matte and glossy fabrics, like pairing suede with satin, adds quiet luxury without trying too hard. These are the kinds of small decisions that elevate your look from ordinary to unforgettable. And the beauty of layering is that it works year-round. In cooler months, you can play with coats, scarves, and sweaters. In warmer months, think airy kimonos, sleeveless vests, or light dusters. The key is balance. Keep one layer structured and the other softer so the outfit doesn't feel heavy. This way, you're comfortable while still appearing pulled together. Once you begin to master layering and textures, you'll notice how much more versatile your wardrobe becomes. Suddenly, the same basic pieces can be styled in endless ways, saving you both time and money. And speaking of adding personality through subtle choices, the next hack takes us beyond clothing itself. Because sometimes it's the smallest accessories, like sunglasses, earrings, or even the right handbag, that completely transform how the world sees you. Clothing may set the stage, but accessories are the finishing touches that tell your story. A simple outfit can look instantly expensive or disappointingly plain, depending on the details you choose. And the truth is, accessories don't need to be flashy or costly to make an impact. They just need to be intentional. Think of a crisp white blouse and black trousers. On their own, they're classic, but they might feel a little bland. Add a structured handbag in a neutral shade, a pair of oversized sunglasses, and a delicate gold bracelet, and suddenly the look radiates quiet confidence. These details communicate that you've thought about your outfit, even if it took only a few minutes to put together. That's the magic of accessories. They transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. The key is refinement. Instead of piling on multiple bold pieces, focus on one or two accents that elevate your look. A silk scarf tied around your neck or draped over your bag adds a pop of sophistication. Earrings that frame your face bring light and energy to your features. Even a sleek leather belt with subtle hardware can pull your entire outfit together while adding a touch of structure. This is where the concept of quiet luxury comes in, a term you've probably heard everywhere lately. It's not about wearing logos or oversized statements. Quiet luxury is about quality over quantity, subtle over loud. A pair of pearl studs, a fine leather tote, or a simple watch can look far more elegant than a head-to-toe designer ensemble. These choices whisper confidence instead of shouting for attention. And here's the best part. Accessories allow you to experiment with trends without overhauling your wardrobe. A modern pair of sunglasses, a contemporary necklace, or a chic hat can make your classic staples feel fresh and current. That's why accessories are the smartest investment. They give your look longevity and versatility. Now that we've elevated your style with powerful little details, let's move to the final hack. Because no matter how polished your outfit is, your hair and color choices frame everything, and the right ones can make you look instantly more vibrant and youthful. No matter how beautifully styled your outfit is, your hair and color choices frame everything. They are the first elements people notice when they see you, often before they even register your clothing. That's why hair and color accents are not just beauty decisions. They are essential styling hacks that can transform your entire look. Let's start with hair. Many women over 55 think that only shortcuts are flattering, but the truth is more nuanced. The key is freshness. A soft bob, a layered shoulder-length cut, or even longer hair with movement can all feel modern and elegant. What matters most is avoiding heaviness. Hair that's too bulky or flat can pull the face down, while lighter layers lift your features. And don't underestimate bangs or face-framing pieces. They can soften lines, highlight the eyes, and bring instant energy to your appearance. Color is just as powerful. As we age, our skin tone changes, and the shades that once worked may no longer flatter us. Adding subtle highlights or lowlights can bring warmth and dimension, brightening your face without overwhelming it. Silver and gray hair, when well maintained, can be strikingly chic. Pair it with jewel tones or clean neutrals, and you'll look sophisticated, confident, and timeless. But hair isn't the only place where color works its magic. Consider adding small pops of color through accessories, like a coral scarf, a turquoise necklace, or even a bold red lip. These accents not only draw attention to your best features, but also keep your look vibrant and current. The trick is moderation. Let the accent color be the highlight while keeping the rest of your outfit grounded in neutrals. This balance ensures you look stylish without ever feeling overdone. And here's the real beauty of this hack. Hair and color are deeply personal. They allow you to express your individuality while enhancing your natural beauty. When you find the right combination, you don't just look younger, you look more authentically you. Now that we've covered all 7 styling hacks, let's bring everything together. In the conclusion, I'll recap the key takeaways and show you how these small, intentional choices can change not just your style, but how you feel every single day. We've just walked through 7 tiny styling hacks, and I think by now you can see that none of them require drastic changes or a complete wardrobe overhaul. Instead, it's about subtle, intentional adjustments that create a big impact. From balancing your proportions and defining the waistline to choosing flattering necklines, elongating with the right shoes, layering with texture, elevating with accessories, and finally framing it all with hair and color accents. Each of these steps is like a quiet whisper of elegance that works in your favor. What makes these hacks so powerful is their simplicity. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars or chase every new fashion trend to look confident and stylish. You simply need to be aware of the details. A rolled sleeve, a cinched belt, a delicate necklace, or a perfectly chosen pair of shoes can make the difference between feeling dressed and feeling extraordinary. And when you feel extraordinary, you carry yourself differently. You smile more, you stand taller, and you radiate confidence. And here's something important to remember. Style is not about perfection. It's not about looking like someone else or trying to erase your age. It's about celebrating who you are today. These styling hacks are simply tools to help you highlight your beauty, your confidence, and your personality. Age doesn't limit elegance. In many ways, it enhances it. Because when you've lived, you carry stories, wisdom, and presence, and the right styling choices allow those qualities to shine through. As you experiment with these hacks, I encourage you to approach them with curiosity and playfulness. Try a new neckline, add a pop of color, or revisit a forgotten accessory from your closet. Notice how small changes affect not only how you look, but how you feel. And remember, feeling good in your clothes is the real secret to looking good in your clothes. So, as you move forward, think of these 7 hacks as your personal style toolkit, simple, reliable tricks you can call on anytime you want to feel polished and confident. Whether you're heading to brunch with friends, walking into a special event, or just enjoying an everyday outing, these details will always serve you well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't stop here. I've created more content filled with tips on how to look elegant, youthful, and confident at any age. So be sure to subscribe and check out my next video on elegant outfits that make you look 10 years younger. Because when it comes to style, the journey never ends, and I'd love to walk it with you.